So in this video, we will talk about the ordinary utilities for text files. We are having many utilities under Linux environment, and from one of the basic utilities are more, less, head, tail, cat, and the reverse of cat, tac. We will gonna study all of these commands, how they work, and what are their uses in this module. Let's continue. Hello everyone, welcome to Decode ITES. This is a single learning platform for multiple IT infrastructure technologies. Do like, share and subscribe our channel to never miss out our videos. Let's continue with the learning. Let's have a small introduction of myself. My name is Prince Garg. I'm having 3+ years of work experience and worked on Red Hat, VMware, Windows, Google Cloud, PowerShell, Python and Bash scripting. Kindly follow us on Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn, and reach out to us on itesfund.com. So the text processing means that the rich set of text processing commands is comprehensive and time-saving. Knowing even their existence is enough to avoid the need of writing yet another scripts, which takes a lot of time and efforts plus debugging. A trap which may beginners fall into work with. An extensive list of text processing commands and relative examples can be found here. So Linux is all about working with the text files. So the utilities to work with these text files are pretty important, and that's what we are talking about in this lesson. Let's talk about some common text tools. To start with, there is more or less. More was the original file pager command, and when I say file pager, then I mean a program that helps you to read the commands or texts or contents of a text file. Then less was developed to offer some more advanced features. As a reaction to that, more of the command was developed a little bit more, but still to do more we should use less. In particular, less allows you to browse forward and backward in a file, and for some reason, more still cannot do that. And that is why I like using more instead of less. Let me show you how these commands will work under practical overview session. Let's take a look at less and more commands under the practical overview session. So if we do less on etc pass wd, which is a configuration file that contains user information, we will talk about it later. The thing that matters now is that it is relatively big configuration file, and the less pager is showing the amount of line that fits on the screen, and then I can press spacebar to go forward, or I can use page up or the arrow keys to go backwards. To get out of less, press Q. We are back to the console now. Now, if you do more on etc pass wd, it's giving you the same result. Well, there is one thing that more is doing more. It's giving you percentage. So I am pressing spacebar and spacebar but not going up in more. And that is why more in fact is doing less. So to do more, use less. Let's get back to the slide and talk about some other useful utilities. So the next utilities we need to talk about are head and tail. Head and tail are very simple utilities. The head, which is by default the first lines of a text file. Like if we run the head command, it will show the first 10 lines of a text file by default. Also, if we use tail, it will show the last 10 lines of the text file by default. And if you want to see more or less than 10 lines, Then you can use -n with this command to specify the number of lines you want to show. Let me show you how this will gonna work under the practical overview session. Now, let's have an overview session for head and tail command. If we use head -n5 on etc pass wd, as you can see, it's showing us only 5 lines, the first 5 lines. And guess what is happening? If you use head -n7 on etc pass wd, it's now showing 7 lines. Now, head and tail are particularly interesting if you use them in a pipe. Let's run another command with using pipe. So we will gonna use head -n7 on etc pass wd with a pipe and tail -n1. That's going to show the first 10 lines of etc pass wd. Then the result is piped to the tail command -1 and to the filter out of the last line. So this is how you display line number 10 out of the configuration file on etc pass wd. Obviously, you can use tail by itself as well. So if we do tail -n3 on etc pass wd, it's showing us the last 3 lines. Now there is something else that's quite common with the tail command, and that is tail -f. F is for fraction, and that is especially common on var log messages. Var log messages is the main log file on Linux, and if we use tail -f on var log messages, the var log messages file is now opened, and every time something is added to the file, it will be shown in the real time. Let me give it a try. I'm having another session with me. Okay, and if you can see, I have logged out for my another session. You can see it's getting updated over here. Let's log in from the another terminal as well. Now you can see the log entry is presented over here. It is very useful if you are monitoring what's happening on the system, but you need to go out of that as well. And in order to get out, use Control C. Let's get back to the slides and talk about some more utilities. So cat command can be used to dump text file contents on a screen, and that it's convenient because sometimes text file may be very small and you just want to see what's inside. Cat -a shows all the non-printable characters, and -b shows how many number of lines they are having under the text file. -s option suppresses repeated empty lines. Now if we talk about tag, it is doing the same as cat but in the reverse order. Let me show you how this will gonna work under the practical overview session. So here we have cat on etc hosts. The configuration file with 3 lines. If we do cat -a on etc host, what do we see? We see non-printables. If we can check out the difference, if you look carefully, then you can see the difference. Here is a dollar for end of the line, and here is a caret uppercase on the tab that's in this line, especially if you are analyzing surfaces or whatever that are very picky regarding the contents of the configuration file. Cat minus A may help in finding out non-printable characters that may cause trouble. How about cat minus B? If we do cat minus B on etc host, you can see it suppresses multiple empty lines. The configuration file doesn't have multiple empty lines, so it doesn't really give us a good result. But you can see it's showing the line numbers as well and suppressing the blank lines. We can also use tac on etc host. You can see it's showing us everything on the reverse order. So it's just the opposite of cat command. That's all for this lesson. We will continue learning for the text file handling tools from the next videos. If you're having any queries, you can reach out to us on itesfund.com and ask for any question. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Do like, share and comment our videos. Also subscribe to our channel.